Want to talk about Donald Trump's win in New Hampshire? It was different from Iowa, where he lost by 4 points to Ted Cruz. He won 35% of a crowded field. Going into South Carolina, Trump will not have Carly Fiorina or Chris Christie. My prediction for Carolina is that Trump will win there. But let's talk about New Hampshire again. Donald Trump won because he, like Bernie Sanders, is sounding a call that there is something wrong. We don't have a good set of well-paying jobs for low-skilled people. In fact, it's an epidemic problem. Trump has tapped into, and I've said this before, what ails, frankly speaking, white working class society. It is not an accident that he is doing as well as he is. He's approaching his candidacy by simply speaking from the heart. Whereas, and I think the best example of this is Marco Rubio, is speaking from a card. Speaking from an idea of what you want to hear rather than what comes from his heart. Donald Trump is talking to people. The other candidates are talking at people. And that is why I predict he will win in South Carolina. Also, look, he's already had enormous crowds in South Carolina. Humongous crowds in South Carolina. He's got the names in his database from the people who come to those or have come to those events, making them big events. And so they're going to come out for him yet again. Yeah, some of them are the white supremacists and all that. But look, some of them also are people who feel like they are in between 40 and as much as 60, and the opportunities they thought were going to be there for them are simply not there. And then some of them perceive that they have to share opportunities with people who don't necessarily look like them. And no one has said to them, hey, we're all in this together, and we need to improve society. Bernie Sanders does a better job of saying that on the Democratic side, but Bernie's problem is that Bernie does not present himself as a builder, as a jobs candidate. He presents himself as an activist. And what's going on in society today is that people are tired of activists and they want doers, they want builders. They don't want politicians. Politicians are activists. Builders, people who do or not. And that's why I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, that if Donald Trump is the Republican nominee and Bernie Sanders is a Democratic nominee, Bernie Sanders will not beat Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton would have a better chance of beating Donald Trump because the woman vote will come out and gravitate more toward Hillary Clinton than Donald Trump in a head-to-head battle. But what's going on is that because Hillary hasn't found her voice, she's speaking at people rather than to them. Bernie Sanders is kicking her butt. But I digress because this is about Trump. Do not discount Trump's success as an accident or some crackpot, weird planetary alignment. Not at all. This is a complete reaction to a society where you have a lot of people who are just trying to make ends meet versus a handful of people who are doing extremely well. And all that couched within a situation where people are underemployed. And yet, because underemployment is only now recently being measured by the Bureau of Labor Statistics over the past 2 years, we still don't have a complete picture of what the economy looks like from a standpoint of what a person needs to do in terms of how many jobs they hold to make ends meet. When I take Uber or Lyft, more often than not, the drivers have that's their second job or their third job. That's tragic. That's what is fueling the reaction to the candidates that are out there. You have Donald Trump speaking from the heart about what he's going to do. He thinks it's his stance on immigration and all this. A lot of people don't care about immigration. They care about jobs. They want good, well-paying jobs. And they have the idea that this developer can bring home the bacon. And he's done a good job of selling that idea so far. And I don't see anywhere on the horizon where he's going to falter at that.